Hi guys, in the last class I have started about the concept of supply. I have discussed what is section 7.1a and what is section 7.1b in the last class. Okay, no problem. We can recall once again what is section 7.1a. It talks about what is supply. Supply is nothing but supply includes sale, transfer, barter, exchange, rental, lease, disposal, license, made or agreed to be made for a consideration by a person in the course or furtherance of business. Means there must involve a consideration and it should be done in the course or furtherance of a business. Let us take an example. There is a person called Mr. Rishi who is selling his personal car to a trader for a consideration. Whether it is treated as a supply or not? No, it is not treated as a supply. Why? Rishi has used that car for personal purpose, not for business purpose. So it is not treated as supply. So what is section 7.1b? Section 7.1b is nothing but importing of services for a consideration, whether or not in the course or furtherance of business. That is nothing but, let us take an example. Many people are using the Netflix app, right? It is not an Indian based app, it is an foreign based app. I think it is an USA based app. So you are importing services, means you are going to subscribe. That is nothing but 199 rupees per month. In that 199 rupees, it is inclusive of GST. Even though you are using for personal purpose, it is treated as supply. It is covered under supply. So one more example. You have an office in India. So for office you need an interior design to office. So you are importing services from Australia. There is a one person called Smith who is an interior designer in Australia. So you are importing from there for your office purpose, for your business purpose, for a consideration. It is treated as supply. It may be used for personal purpose or it may be used for business purpose. If it involves consideration, it is treated as supply under section 7.1b. What is section 7.1c? There are some list of activities or transactions covered under section 7.1c. Even though there is no involvement of consideration, it is treated as supply. See, in previous class I have discussed one beautiful example, that is nothing but Mr. Babji, who is the owner of showroom of Royal Enfield showroom. He is the owner of Royal Enfield showroom, which is situated in Telangana as well as in Andhra Pradesh. He is the owner for both the showrooms. In Andhra Pradesh showroom, the stock has over. So he transferred some of the bikes to Andhra Pradesh showroom. That is nothing but stock transfer. Is there any involvement of consideration? No, because the boat showroom belongs to the Babji. Even though there is no consideration, it is treated as supply. That what section 7.1c read with schedule 1 speaks about. Okay, see, in this section 7.1c read with schedule 1, there are 4 transactions that are treated as supply, even though there is no consideration. So the first one, what is it? Permanent transfer or disposal of business assets where ITC has been availed on such assets. See, if you have a business, let us take an example. There is a person called Mr. Tom who is trading in computer shop. He is nothing but he has computer shop. Who is a trader of computer shop. Okay, there is a charitable trust. From charitable trust, one of the person, Jerry, came to the Tom and he asked that, in our charitable trust, we have everything except computer. Please donate the computer. Okay, Mr. Tom agreed for that, and with the good heart, he donated one computer to Mr. Jerry. Whether it is treated as supply or not? Yes, it is subject to GST. It is treated as supply. Even though there is no consideration, it is treated as supply. Why? Because permanent transfer or disposal of business assets. For Tom, what is the business of Tom? Trading of computers. So if he transfers any business assets where ITC has been availed, what is this mean? See, when the Tom is purchasing computers, he will avail the ITC, means he will claim the ITC. What he have purchased the computers, means what he paid the GST on computers while purchasing, again he will claim that ITC. So while transferring, while donating such a computer to charitable trust for a free, even though for free, it is treated as supply. For example, if Mr. Tom donated his phone to Jerry, if the Tom donated his personal phone to Jerry, whether it is treated as supply or not? No, obviously no. Why? The phone is not used for business purpose. It is not a business asset. Is it a business asset? No. What is a business asset? What is business asset for Tom? The computer is a business asset for Tom, but the phone is not a business asset. So if there is any transfer of business assets, at the time only, even though there is no consideration, it is treated as supply. So the second one, what is the second one? Supply of goods or services are both between related persons or distinct persons in the course or furtherance of business. Who is a distinct person? The same, the Royal Enfield example what I said, the Mr. Babji, who has both the showrooms. One is in Telangana and one is in Andhra Pradesh. So practically it seems like he is the owner, he is the same person for the both showrooms. But in GST law, what it say means, he took the different registration. See, GST is a state-wise registration, not central-wise registration. So when he took both the registrations. He took one registration which is situated in Telangana and the another one which is situated in Andhra Pradesh. He have both separate registrations. So he is treated as a distinct persons. Then who is related persons? Let us take, see, employer and employee are related persons, and the directors and officers are also related parties. See, for example, I am the director in my friend company, my friend is the director in my company. At that time we both are related persons, one another business. Okay, let us take an example. If the A Limited controlling B Limited, there are two companies, A Limited and B Limited. If A Limited controlling B Limited, at that time A and B both are related persons. If A Limited and B Limited controlled by C Limited is nothing but the third party, the third person. If the C Limited is controlling both A Limited and B Limited, at that time also A Limited and B Limited are related persons. See, if A and B Limited both are controlling C Limited, at that time also A and B Limited are related persons. Partnership firm. What is partnership firm? In partnership firm, partners are related parties. For example, let us take an example, ABC. There are ABC partners in the partnership firm. At that time, ABC partners are related persons. So let us take an example, one more example. See, there is a person called Miss Siri. Siri is holding shares in X Limited as well as in Y Limited. Siri is holding 30% of the shares in Y Limited and 35% of the shares in X Limited. So at the time also X and Y Limited are related persons. If third person holds greater than or equal to 25% of the shares, means this third party, if holding greater than or equal to 25% of the shares. See, here the Siri is holding the 30% and here the Siri is holding 35%. At the time X Limited and Y Limited both are related persons. Next one, sole agent and sole distributor, both are also related persons. Who is an agent and who is a distributor? Agent is nothing but who works for commission basis. Who is a distributor? The distributor is nothing but who works for profit basis. Okay, and also the members of the family are also related persons. Have segregated into two parts. The first part is the person. For person, the spouse and children. For person, the spouse and children are always related persons. See, for the person, spouse is nothing but for husband, wife is a spouse. For wife, husband is a spouse. Okay, for person, spouse and children are always related persons, whether or not they are dependent or independent. It is irrelevant whether these people are dependent or independent on this person, whether the spouse and children are dependent or independent. It is irrelevant. They are always related persons. The second scenario, For this person, grandparents, parents, brothers, sisters, these persons are also related persons to this person. When, if these persons are wholly dependent on such person, if the grandparents, parents and brothers and sisters are wholly or mainly dependent on him, at that time only they will become related parties. If these persons are independent, if these persons are independent, at that time they are not a related persons. Let us take an example. There is a person called Mr. Madhu and Mrs. Madhu. Okay, Mr. Madhu business is car showroom. He has a car showroom. Okay, on February 14, he has given diamond necklace to his wife. Whether it is treated as supply or not? No. Why? Yes, wife is a related party. Wife is a related party. But this transaction is not done in the course or furtherance of business. Why? Mr. Madhu business is the car showroom. But he donated diamond necklace. It is not in the course or for, yes, there is no consideration. But this transaction is not done in the course or furtherance of business. Why? What does the section 716 speaks about? See here, it clearly says supply of goods or services are both between related persons or distinct persons in the course or furtherance of business. Whether it is done in the course or the furtherance of business? No, it is not done in the course or furtherance of business. Why? The Madhu's main business is the car showroom. He has given the diamond necklace. It is not in the course or furtherance of business, so it is not a supply. But if the Madhu has given a gift that is nothing but car, he has given as a gift car to his wife, at that time it is supply. Even though there is no consideration, it is supply. Why? Wife is a related party, and he done in the course or furtherance of business. Why? Madhu has donated car to his wife, at that time it is a supply. The third one, what is third one? Third one is nothing but supply of goods by a principal to his agent, where agent undertakes to supply such goods on behalf of principal. Let us take an example. What does it mean? There is a person called Mr. Mahesh. He is a principal he is there in Kerala. So he supplied some goods to Mr. Babu, who is a agent to Mr. Mahesh in Tamil Nadu. At that time, even though there is no consideration between them, why? Because he is a principal, he is an agent. Agent will sell goods on behalf of Mr. Mahesh. So at that time, it is treated as supply. Even though there is no consideration between these both parties, at that time also it is treated as supply. The vice versa. The next one is nothing but vice versa. When the agent, for example, let us take an example. There is a person called Mr. Dhoni, who is an agent. He is acting on behalf of Mr. Kohli. Mr. Kohli is the principal. He is there in Maharashtra. Mr. Kohli wants some goods. He told to Mr. Dhoni, please purchase some of the goods from market in Tamil Nadu, and please send it to me. When the Dhoni has supplying such goods to Kohli, at that time also it is treated as supply. Even though there is no consideration between both parties, even though it is treated as supply. That is what the another class says. See the next one. What does it mean? Import of services by a person from a related person or any office establishments outside India in the course or furtherance of business. Let us take an example. What does it mean? There is a person called Virat Kohli, who is there in India. He has one brother. He is nothing but David Warner, who is there in Australia. Okay, Mr. Virat Kohli is importing service. Which service? He wants to construct a building for office use. Mr. Kohli wants to construct a building for office use. So he need an architect service. So at that time, whether it is treated as supply or not a supply. Why? Because Warner is not dependent on Mr. Virat Kohli. At that time it is not treated as supply. See here, what does the second says? The related persons, import of services by person from a related person. When did the David Warner becomes a related person to Mr. Virat Kohli? When the David Warner is dependent on Mr. Virat Kohli. When Mr. David Warner is wholly or mainly dependent on Mr. Virat Kohli. At that time only he becomes a related person. So he is not a related person. Yes, of course, it is done. It is done in the course or furtherance of business only. But he is not a related person. This point is not satisfied. So it is not a supply. The next one. The next example. Hardik Pandya and Krunal Pandya. Hardik Pandya, who is situated in India, and Krunal Pandya, who is situated in USA. Okay, the Krunal Pandya is dependent on Hardik Pandya. Krunal Pandya is dependent on Hardik Pandya. So Mr. Hardik Pandya wants to construct a house. So he wants to construct a house. He constructed the house. So he need an interior design for his house. So he imported service from Krunal Pandya, who is situated in USA. My question is whether it is treated as supply or not. No, not at all. It is not supply. Why? It is not done in the course or furtherance of business. Even though he is dependent on Hardik Pandya, he is a related party to Hardik Pandya, but it is not done in the course or furtherance of business. Yes, he is a related person, but it is not done in the course of furtherance of business. Why? Mr. Hardik Pandya is constructed a house, and the house is using for personal purpose, not for office person. So we should call it as a supply when the both conditions are satisfied. One is the related person, and that should be in the course or furtherance of business. Okay, let us take the another example. There is a person called Irfan Pathan, who is there in India. There is one more person is called Yusuf Pathan. He is the brother of Irfan Pathan, who is staying in USA. So Mr. Irfan Pathan is importing service, interior designing service for his house, which is the house is using for personal purpose. So he imported the service, but Mr. Yusuf Pathan is asking the money. No. Yes, I am your brother, but business is business. The relationship is relationship. So you have to pay me consideration. Fine. If Irfan Pathan is paying the amount of 5 lakhs rupees to Yusuf Pathan, who is staying in US. Yusuf Pathan is dependent on Irfan only. Okay, here Yusuf Pathan is dependent on Irfan Pathan. Whether it is treated as supply or not? Yes, it is treated as supply under section 7(1)(b). Friends, don't go blindly like. So see, you people go blindly like yes, he is importing service, interior design. It is for personal purpose. House is a personal purpose, and the Irfan Pathan is dependent, and he is dependent on Irfan Pathan. So see, here in section 7(1)(c), he is dependent. Yes, he is a related person. He is a related person, and it is not in the course or furtherance of business. So it is not a supply. This point is, in the course or furtherance of business is not covered. So it is not a supply. Don't go blindly. The section 7(1)(b), what it says, if there is any consideration, simply it goes to section 7(1)(b). See, here the consideration is involved. Once the consideration is involved, you have to look it for section 7(1)(b). What does the section 7(1)(b) says? Simply see here. See, import of service for a consideration. Yes, if there is a consideration, it falls under section 7(1)(b). Why? Section 7(1)(b) clearly says that it is not at all matter whether it is for business purpose or personal purpose. If it involves any consideration, it does not falls under section 7(1)(c). Why? Because section 7(1)(c) speaks that if there is no consideration also, it is treated as supply. If it involves any consideration, it does not covered under section 7(1)(c). Okay. Next point. So it falls under section 7(1)(b). So what is import of services? See, I have drawn one chart here. If the import of services involves consideration, yes, if the consideration involved, it falls under section 7(1)(b) for a consideration whether or not in the course or furtherance of business. if the if you are importing any services, there is no consideration. At that time it falls under section 7(1)(c), read with schedule 1. At that time only it falls under C. What is like here, import of services by a person from a related person or any office establishments outside India. What does it mean? Any office establishments means it is nothing but there is a Deloitte India and Deloitte US. If the Deloitte US is providing any service, if the Deloitte US is providing any service to Deloitte India, even though it is covered under section 7(1)(c), it is stated as supply. Okay.